Welcome back to another episode of Ultima 5 Warriors of Destiny. This is where we're going to do the last shard and Shadowlord. The shard is under Dungeon Hithloth along with some mystic armor. So let's start the show. Sorry. That was at the Lyceum. And the gate's shut on me, so you exit through the stables. A bit of fighting as usual. I don't think you can get anywhere in this game without fighting. So I end up back at Britain. What on earth for? Oh yeah, because I need a ship to go to Hithloth. Because it's on the Isle of the Avatar. So you can't just fly there with a magic carpet. Not unless you want to, die. So here we are, Hithloth. It's on the right hand side of the dungeon. I'll show you the map later if you absolutely need to know. Went all the way down to level 8 from the entrance where there's a ladder that goes all the way down to level 8, and this is where you end up, at a dead end. But on the plus side, there are some viewing gems. Of course, I end up going back up to level 7. I went all the way back up to level 5. That's because that's where the first door I found. I just wanted to be sure that was the only way I could find. And lo and behold, it was. So I decided to heal up before proceeding any further. Of course, this dungeon's a little tricky, not all that tricky really, but you practically don't need to worry about this area here. But I decided to explore it anyway, because I'm an idiot. I did eventually find the right way to go, and we will explore that option. I did try to attack the dragons a few times, but I couldn't. If I had help guards, I would be able to, I'm sure. And I probably will come back to this so I can level up everyone else, or level everyone up to level 8, because getting around without gate travel is a bit of a pain in the ass, particularly in Dungeon Hithloth and Destard. Well, any of the dungeons, well, if you're in the underworld, it's a pain in the ass to get out, as you can imagine. Now, all these caves, all those pathways were blocked off, full in cave-ins and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter which direction you go in from this point, it's all the same, as we're about to find out. But having the gate magic is handy because dragons tend to summon demons. It's a good thing they can't attack you either. As you can see, everything's a dead end. So we end up figuring out where to go. So we end up going all the way down to level 7. And if you look around, you'll find a secret door. Well, you've got to search the areas. Then you find your way around until you're in the underworld. Now, this place is a bit difficult because you've got to use the blink spell a lot in order to get around. I did try grappling my way around, but it didn't work out too well. Of course, we end up in Mongbat territory. which is always a pain in the ass having to deal with mongbats. Oh, because there's so many of them and they're almost as hard as demons or gargoyles. But as you can see, we did eventually manage. And for some reason, Snape does resurrect. I'm not sure why. But as you can see, I managed to go. I blinked west and then blinked north, and we found the mystic weapons in this volcanic region. Mystic armor and mystic weapons. They're the strongest in the game. Other than a glass sword, of course. But I thought the weapons and armor might help at least one of the party members from burning alive, but it did not help. But basically, what we're doing after getting one mystic armor, one mystic weapon is healing. We hold up until everyone healed as much as possible. And as you can see, Snape is alive again for some strange reason. I did end up equipping him with some mystic armor and whatnot, and I have reason to believe that's why he resurrected. But it hasn't worked again since, so I've got a couple of pieces of then. So we equipped everyone with mystic weapons and mystic armor. Then we go back and we blink south. Then we blink west again, I think. But yeah, in order to get to the shard, you need to blink into these areas of safe travel. Safe-ish travel. Nothing is safe in the underworld. Trying to get back was a bit of a pain, so I ended up dying. But as you can see, the black dots around the place are impassable mountains, so we ended up blinking north from there, actually. We didn't blink south. Interesting. So I obviously got the path wrong when I came back. That's fine. So from the dungeon entrance, we went blinked west, blinked north, and blinked north again. So in order to use blink, I think you need to be at level 3 at minimum. I'm just healing up a bit. And more fights. At least it's only rats. Just a pain in the ass when you're doing stuff, but we ended up blinking nowhere at the moment, and we blinked north, then we blinked west. I hate these things, because you've got to entice them out of the ground in order to kill them. Then we blinked north again. Nope. Blink west, blink north, blink north again, and we found the shard. Then this is where we try to find our way back, but ended up taking the wrong path back through our blinking procedure. But For those that don't know, the blink spell is a short range teleport which only blink moves you about up to a maximum of 40 spaces in one particular direction. And it won't blink you onto a mountainous region either, so even if you do have the grapple. And this is where it started to go wrong. Because obviously the next pool that I wanted to get into was a bit more than 40 spaces away. I even went through quite a lot of blink spells, I think, in order to try and get out of this region. We did end up succeeding, but we ended up dying over time. I think I just wanted to get the hell out of there, but couldn't find a way out. So this takes some time. This whole clip is about an hour and a half long, so I've got about half hour to go yet, which of course is only going to be like 5 minutes for us. After which after we get out of this, we'll go defeat the Shadowlord. Not that you really truly defeat them. And you'll see in the next episode that we don't truly defeat them. In other words, they still stay around, but their physical manifestation we can destroy now that we've got all the shards. So in order to get to Mount Doom, you need to do all of the virtue quests, at least defeat the Shadow Lords at least once, and you need the 4 items, I believe it is, which is the crown, the amulet, and the scepter, and the sandalwood box. In this one, we've only got the crown at the moment, so as you can see, I'm having a terrible time trying to blink. And of course, I gave up healing the members of the party in order to get out of there. If I can't get out of there, I might as well die, kind of thing, you know. But we try excessively, because sometimes if you can't blink once, blinking a few more times may get you into the right area. Now, in the area where you got the glass swords, you can blink into it if you don't have the grapple, but it can be a hit and miss type thing. I think you end up having to, in order to do that successfully, you need to move 10 to 20 spaces away from it in one particular direction. So it's just easier to have the grapple and stuff. The grapple is necessary in order to get the scepter, but so is the magic carpet, and you'll find out in the next episode. And then after the next episode, we've only got one more task to do, and that's to rescue Lord British. Hopefully. Assuming that I've done everything right. We'll find out after the next episode. But in order to get anywhere, I may have to level everyone up to max level of 8. At least that way we can cast Gate Travel if need be. Because that's an 8th circle spell. And you can only cast... oh, we actually managed to get that far, did we? So he did end up managing to find a way through, but as you can see, he's still having blinking problems. Also, I need to remember to get some more reagents as well. So basically, I almost managed to get out. Only to end up dying, I think. But I did take the wrong path in order to get through to this point anyway. No. There we go, we got out. Only to be faced with gargoyles. And of course, Gwen, I think it was Gwen or Iolo was, one of them was possessed. Shimano was possessed, so we only got out barely. And that's where we died from the seahorse. Sort of a tragic end there. Okay, and now we're off to destroy the Shadowlord. It looks like I lost my magic carpet. Because you can get to the Serpent's Hold with the magic carpet alone. Trying to find the room where the candle is. I eventually find out it's below the first floor. Since we're on the second floor, we've got to go back to the ground floor, then go to the floor underneath it. Eventually. Yeah. Not the greatest find ever. And there we go, we found the room. Called forth the Shadowlord, then we cast the shard into the flame, which then would destroy the Shadowlord after that. Just waiting for the Shadowlord to reappear, put on the crown, stop his spell casting, then destroy him with the glass sword. So it becomes defeated, we sort everyone out and re-equip everything, and that's it for now. So we'll see you in the next episode, and hopefully we can get this game done real soon. Adios amigos.